had the bike in here, so I wanted to get the cars out of the way. I figured I'd let you guys hear how they sound. This is one of the final episodes for this bike, so don't forget you can be entered to win this bike. Patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. We have one more video after this one, and then your chances of winning are done.
Are closed.
So the last thing we did, you guys didn't see, it was a Patreon only video. We took it to West Shore Auto Center to my buddy Ben and Brandon. They detailed the entire bike and then ceramic coated it. Well, paint corrected the carbon and then ceramic coated. And it looks absolutely incredible. I'll give you a close up. We're shooting in 4K, so hopefully you can see how incredible it looks. But yeah, honestly, when I saw it sitting in the garage and after the detail and the ceramic coat, I was like, I think this is my favorite build we've ever done. Like, it just, the carbon, the bike, the exhaust, the decals, it's special, it's custom, it's beautiful, and it's very expensive. So we're gonna get the scales out, we're gonna talk about how much this thing costs, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, so we had to move it over a little bit, make sure that's on level ground. We got all the scales turned on. We got the
Zeroed out.
Scale zeroed out. So now, originally this bike, you wanna verify that it works?
Hey, 120, that's what I thought.
123,
it was.
yeah.
123.
Gain a little bit of weight.
Fuck?
That's okay. Yeah, that's all right. So original stock weight of this bike was 430 pounds. What does Dado weigh?
250.
Big boy.
249, 250.
Big boy.
It's 255 here, so
Oh my
I'm
God.
doing pretty good.
I don't
So
want
what
to know.
was the stock weight?
430 pounds.
That's what we measured.
That's what the stock weight was. Yep.
That we did.
On these scales.
Okay.
Yep.
430?
Yeah, 430. So the question is, how much does it weigh now? What's your guess?
430. I'm gonna go like 387.
Okay, that's
have no
way too
idea.
light. Dado?
398.
398.
Wait, did I say it right?
Okay.
Wait, how much pounds?
You
is
said
that
387.
I know, but that's 30. That's like 43 pounds. We should. Whatever. I'll keep it.
You said 398. I'm gonna say 396. Okay.
Oh dang! I really went low.
Yeah, you went very low. The latest bike we ever had was, I think, 396.
What did you say?
396.
I go 394.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're 398. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna push this up.
468.
It takes all three of us, so we're gonna do this off camera, and then we'll find out how much it weighs. Okay. That was by far the easiest bike we've ever put on scales. Don't you think?
Try.
Yeah, I sneezed and it flew up there by itself.
It was so easy, and the lighting is just incredible. Look at this bike, guys. Okay, teens, how much does it weigh?
398, 396, 394.
Uh-huh.
Well, mine was 387.
Okay.
Damn, 390.
What?
I would have been close.
No.
Damn.
You should have kept your 387.
I know. Always
No
go with your
way.
first instinct.
390
guys, first guess.
pounds?
This is why multiple choice questions fuck you up. Just go with
Oh,
your initial
man.
guess.
No way.
390.
Okay, show it so they can really see it.
390.
390 pounds, guys. I
Damn.
knew this was the lightest bike
40
we ever
pounds.
had to start with, you
You
know?
put helium in the tires.
So 40 pounds, right?
40 pounds of
40
weight
pounds
savings,
saved,
which is
yeah.
roughly what we do save on these builds. So that's the lightest bike we've ever done.
390.
There it is.
Damn.
So guys, get signed up if you want to win this. You got one episode left, which is the final ride. Me and my dad and daughter are going to go ride this thing tomorrow.
Is that going up this week? So you better sign up as soon as you see this
You need
video.
to sign up as soon as you see
Yeah.
this video, pretty much. So, so how did we get to this? How did we get to this
All right,
weight?
I'm turning it off.
Let's talk about the parts that we put on it to get it to that weight. Actually, let's get it off the scales first. Okay, we got it off the scales. 390 pounds. Remember, it did like 196 on the dyno, but that's like a heartbreak dyno. These usually do, especially with all these mods, 200 to 205. So you got to figure 205. We'll just call it 200 horsepower, 390 pounds. That makes this probably the lightest and fastest M1000RR in the whole world, I would say. I mean, I don't know of any other carbon M1000. I even asked Manny because they specialize in BMWs, S1000s and M1000s. They're like literally like the world's supplier of parts for them. And Manny said he's never seen a full carbon
This is so slippery.
M1000RR. People kept telling me about some dude in India that has a carbon S1000RR. That's not an M bike. So anyway, how did we get to this? So let's first talk about where we saved the weight, and then we'll talk about roughly how much this build cost. So major weight savings comes from exhaust. This one, full titanium. It's actually arrow headers. I don't know if you can see them in there. They're Aero titanium headers, and then it has a Acura titanium shorty muffler. That shaved about 15 pounds right there. The next biggest weight savings, I believe, was probably the gas tank. I think the subframe, that was what, 4 pounds? 4 pounds with a subframe. That was sold separately right there. Even just like tail tighty, I remember when we did the tail tighty and the passenger pegs and all that stuff, that was like 3 pounds or something. Getting rid of the stock mirrors, that shaved like 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds. The gas tank, this is a full carbon actual gas tank.
Actually, it's carbon Kevlar.
Carbon Kevlar, yeah.
Carbon
yeah,
Kevlar
you're right. That shaved, I think 3 pounds-ish. And then just little things. I mean, even like our rear brake rotor, that was 1 pound. That's this guy right here.
Next bike build, I'm gonna start writing down when you guys measure
the weight savings of everything. It's not a bad idea.
Keep track of it.
Yeah. Chain and sprocket, that was about 2.5 pounds of rotational mass. The front brake setup was about 1 pound or 2 pounds, if I remember correctly. I mean, it just all adds up. All the carbon fairings, like I don't remember if we weighed every piece of carbon, but they were all...
We did add a lot of parts too that could have like counterweight that. Like we added the sliders and we
That's true. The axle sliders.
Added some parts that could have possibly weighed more. So.
Like carbon frame covers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's adding weight, right? The carbon swing arm cover is technically adding weight, but we're talking about tiny amounts, like maybe 1 pound. We did full titanium bolts too. Remember all these blue bolts? I mean, that's all of the titanium bolts here. All that titanium hardware adds up. The windscreen.
Close.
Yeah, the rotors, I think that was 1 pound or 2 pounds, something like that. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like all throughout the build, you're just shaving weight. Even probably the Sprint filter was lighter than the stock filter. It's just so hard to remember.
We took out the flaps and the intake.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we took out a bunch of that in there for the velocity stacks and the air temp sensor removal. You can actually see it in there. If you look real close, it's up there. So yeah, I mean, it's just little pieces over time.
Put a smaller sticker on it. Weights.
Yeah. Then we put the stickers on, right? So that's the decals. So that's roughly how we got to the weight savings. Now let's talk about the cost of the build. And in order to talk about the cost of the build, we got to talk about Moto Million, because without them sponsoring these builds, we could not do these. And without the patrons supporting these builds, we couldn't do them. People think that it's just all fun and games. They see the house and the cars and they think that we just have like all this infinite amount of money. We do not. These builds especially, I'm one shitty build away of not being able to do these anymore. So without you guys supporting them, like they honestly would not happen. So I know it looks like it's all fun and games, and you know, we love what we do, but it's still a business and we still have to make sure that these make money, or at least make our money back so we can keep doing them. So yeah, huge shout out to Manny from Moto Million. Keep using my code Campisi. That helps us. It directly supports the channel. And keep supporting Dado with all his projects, his smokers and everything he's doing, his YouTube channel he's reviving. So all of our links to all of our social medias are in the description below. So the next thing I want to talk about is the cost of this build. And this is where it gets crazy. We bought this bike. We do not get discounts on bikes. Cars, bikes, all this stuff we pay for full. It was $40,000 plus tax. So it was
like
42 something and some change out the door. Teens originally bought this for herself. We won't go into that, but obviously she decided not to keep it. She's gonna get something else. So $42,000. What?
I gave you this. Can you give me my bike?
what bike?
No.
Oh, the Monster? You want me to buy you? All right, I'll buy you a Monster.
I gave you this.
Oh, it's Valentine's Day too. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone. So $42K for the bike. I don't have an exact number for the parts, but I did go through Moto Million's website and put as many as I could find that were in stock into the cart, and it was over $30,000.
Oh my God.
So probably around $35K for all these parts.
And that doesn't include labor.
Yeah, so right there you're already at 77,000, roughly. Yeah, and then Dado and I were running numbers inside, right? And we were estimating probably about, if you were gonna take this to a dealership and you had every part, which is next to impossible because some of these parts we waited for 6 months. We were saying like, well, how many hours do we have into this project? We have about 100 hours into this project. Now we have to take stuff on and off and do things slowly, the riding, yeah. And we're filming, so it takes longer. So we said, let's just cut it in half. That's fair, 50. You know, 50 hours. Okay. Normal shop hours for BMW techs can be anywhere from 100 to 130, 140, depending on what state you're in, what city, what. So we just said, let's just do 100 bucks.
Okay. Okay.
So that's $5,000 right there in labor. You know, and that's
like,
not even.
That's going to be around $85,000.
Right. So, and that's not even. It costs us more than that. I do pay Dado handsomely for his sexy work that he makes look makes look easy. So I mean, we have well over $80,000. People think that I just make up numbers, you know, that I just throw like, oh, it's 80,000. How is this an $80,000 bike? It's just an S1000. No, it's not. It's a full carbon M1000RR that we put a lot of time and work and energy into. We had to pay for the design.
It's not full carbon, the oil pan's still aluminum.
Yeah.
And then you have to do designs, and you have to do the decals, and you have to ceramic coating.
All the work that I put into it, I mean, I don't pay myself for all those hours that we spend.
All that cost,
you know,
the ceramic coating, the vinyl.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. So I mean, like I said, when I say $80,000, it's not just a number out of the air to look cool. Like that's what we have.
85 to 90.
Yeah, that's what we have into this bike. I mean, shit's gone up. Everything's more expensive. So it's no joke, guys. And that's why we need the support of you guys on Patreon, you know, and watching these videos and sharing it with friends and commenting and supporting. So why don't we get a final start up of this bad boy?
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Tomorrow we'll do a final ride. I know, right? No, I've been riding this. Oh, yeah. So we'll let it warm up, and then we'll do some revs for you guys. All right, let's see what this baby sounds.
Was there a flame?
It was shooting flame. One of those was like a flamethrower, like it was like pop.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I could feel it.
I was hoping that you were gonna let off, because when you do that like high rev and you let off, that's when it shoots the flames.
Okay.
Hey,
That was awesome.
good work, Dado.
Holy crap.
You did an amazing job, man.
Do we have to give this away?
Honestly, I think this is my favorite
This is my
bike.
favorite build.
Right? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it your favorite
Well,
build?
it's the reason that I bought it to begin with.
It's up there, right?
I never thought I'd say this, but for like a personal bike that I would ride all the time, I would choose this over almost any build.
For a daily?
For a daily, yes.
Like, how does this compare to the Carbon V4 when you're riding?
The Carbon
It's
V4
smoother,
is a lot
easier.
raw,
Yeah.
like choppy, raw.
Like, is this
you know.
more comfortable to go
Yes.
on rides
Oh, yeah.
compared to the Ducatis?
Yeah, it is. It's just smoother and easier in stop and go traffic. The clutch is light. Everything's just lighter. It's easier to use. I mean, I'm still a Ducati fanboy at heart, so
Yeah.
I would still take. I was telling Dado, I think the only thing I would take over this is if we did a full carbon bike ourselves and did a paint job with a Panigale or the Superleggera. I think that's it. Otherwise, I think this is one of my all-time favorite bikes. It's that good, guys. I'm not joking around. So that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, you have one chance left depending on when you see this video. So get your asses over to Patreon, get signed up, help support your boys, and be entered to win this beautiful bike whenever we're done. So thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.